Just picked up my birthday gift from Bath and Body Works. So I got cookie butter truffle free and paid for this. This was $19.95 and it lights up, which is so cool. So you stick it inside. See? There you go. And then if you push it again, then it stops. How ironic. How cool is that? Hey everybody, it's the Boss Lady here, coming to you from my vehicle. I am leaving for a few hours from work. Gotta do two things. Well, three. One, I gotta do that grandmother thing and do a pop-up on my grandson. Then two, grab lunch. And then go and check on my Peanut. She's home today. She's taking a mental health day, more or less. But she does still not feel good either. But while I got y'all's attention about Miss Peanut, tell me what you would do in this scenario. What was this? EMS got a different vehicle? Huh. That's interesting enough. Anyway, so Miss Peanut came home yesterday, right? And, I mean, clearly she was not feeling well. But, well, no, I picked her up. And we, I told you in the previous vlog that we had secured her venue. So we were eating. I was like, let's just eat, because I wanted to make sure she had some food in her system, because I knew when I got her home, I was going to give her some meds. And she's got, it's more, it's not even really respiratory. It's like a common cold. Like, she started off with kind of a sore throat, then nose is running, congestion, stuff like that. So she's taking Dayquil and NyQuil, and she's good. Matter of fact, I'm going to go to CVS and pick up some more Dayquil and NyQuil, because it's been helping. It's been, pulling everything out. Anyway, but while we're sitting there and we're eating lunch, she was like, Mom, let me talk to you about something. I'm like, okay, cool. What's up, Miss Maynard? How was school today? Your 2 hours, the baby only goes to class two times, and then she has an online class. And she said in her English class, the teacher was asking questions, trying to engage the class, and the class wasn't engaging. So, when a teacher would ask a question, she was responding. She was answering. Now, for those who don't know, and I feel like I always got to preface things before I really get into the nitty-gritty. But for those who don't know, my daughter is autistic. She's high functioning. She's level 1. So she's like at the beginning stage of the spectrum, right? More or less, it's not, she doesn't have like behavioral problems, or, she doesn't have like cognitive skills that she can't comprehend. Hers is more social, as well as, it's social, she has anxiety, things like that, but high functioning, like smart as a whip, can articulate very well, with anyone. Well, anyway, she's straight A student, okay? She works a job. She's been working for 3 years, actually. 2 years with her company, but a year prior to that she also worked, and I guess technically you could say she worked 4 years, because the year prior to that she worked online. So I mean, my baby's been doing her thing, right? But anyway, let's keep going. So when she started high school, the anxiety piece really took its toll on her, and trying to just kind of find her niche and be able to, dwell amongst those who are not like her. Those who don't have no sense, no home training, no loving parents, no roof over their head. I mean, I could go on and on and on, because there's a whole long list of things that these kids don't have that she does have. So anyway, but it's taken her, 2 years to really kind of come out of her shell. She doesn't like being called on. She doesn't like being singled out. She doesn't like being called on in class, because she likes to be prepared for her answers, right? But if she studies the work and she knows the work, she will answer. So anyway, Miss Peanut was engaging. The teacher was asking questions, and Miss Peanut was, this and that and this and that and whatever, right? Well, the teacher decides to tell Miss Peanut, let someone else answer. Let someone else engage. And the class just sat there. Like, literally. Now, honestly, I know Miss Peanut doesn't like being called on, but if you see that your class is not engaging, I would be, Chucky, Freddie, you know what I'm saying? Annabelle, you know what I mean? Answer this and read that. And so apparently, I think she did call on a couple, and the ones she called on couldn't read. So they were struggling. And so she ended up like shutting down the class time, or, the engaging piece of it, because they were, and don't think that I am, mimicking or, teasing someone for their impediments or whatever. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying these kids literally cannot read, but they're sitting there. They can TikTok all day. They can twerk like nobody's business. You know what I'm saying? They all on social media, but brainless activity. They can do brainless stuff, So Miss Peanut took offense. And I kept asking her, I'm like, are you sure? How do you feel? You sure you don't want to stay home? And finally she said, I'm going to take a mental health day. She said, I'm feeling better. She said, my nose is still congested, but I'm feeling better. But I need a mental health day. Say less. Because I want her mentally stable and mentally sound. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, these teachers, and I get it, you want everybody to be inclusive. All this inclusiveness, I get it. But when you have students who clearly not getting the work, I'm like, that's on them if they fail. I'm from the old school. I'm not from this school of, just pass for, a little brief participation. Oh, they showed up, let's pass them. No, you didn't do the work. Guess what? You get an F. My child is doing the work. She's taking the time. She's making the A. Excuse me? What is your problem? So, Miss Peanut does have an IEP because of the autism. And I reached out to her case manager, because I'm like, dude, I'm going to need you to step up and step in. Now, see, had this been her previous case manager, he'd have been all over that, like, quick. But she has a new case manager who does not know her, and he's only knowing her through me, because Miss Peanut gives this man less than 5 minutes of time. Seriously, like, why I gotta talk to this? I don't know this. I don't want to talk to him. That's not her Mr. Joe. You know what I mean? Mr. Joe, I'm like, Lord. So, and I thought about reaching out to Mr. Joe and like, hey, can you give me just a little razzle dazzle? Because for real, I'm just like over it. Like, seriously. And then this girl almost knocked me down today. And I must have spent around. Now, mind you, I'm walking slow. Baby, I must have spent around so fast. And my cousin was standing there. She said, cousin, what is wrong? And the other social worker looked. She said, that's that old school coming out. I said, you right. I said, because I sure was about to pull it all the way up out her body. Like, I mean, did you not see me walking here? These kids is rude. Look. Dang it, that's my street. Shoot. turn here. But, yeah, I'm over it with these kids. I'm like, and to keep me sane and to keep me employed and not wearing orange jumpsuits, baby, it's time for me to exit stage left, because this school is so beautiful. Baby girl went to this school that little man's at right now. It's so beautiful. It's a fine arts school. They ain't gonna park in the front? What? Let me try. Anyway. I'm like, y'all want me to be walking a mile? Oh, Jesus. Ugh. Reserve parking, reserve parking, reserve. Oh, handicap. Praise God. Hallelujah. Yep. So let me go up in here and see about this boy here. See, and he needs some old school loving on him, if you understand where I'm coming from. I mean that old school, back in the day stuff. Yeah. Ooh, got this heat on. I'm hot. What's the temp? It's 47, but it's hot. Okay, all the way down. All right, I'll be back in a little bit. I'm back, y'all, after checking in with my grandson's school. I like them way better than the previous school, but I mean, that's a no-brainer since baby girl went there too several years ago. Anyway, my grandson is a ladies' man. Lord help. And there are some staff there of color, but the predominant staff in the office are all white female. So, I don't know, someone said something to me and I smiled and they said, who's your student? And I said, little man. They said, I knew it. And I was like, how? Talking about, you guys have the same smile. I said, oh, Lord. I said, so he's rather a Renaissance man, little ladies man, huh? Talking about, oh, he just brightens our day and he's so respectful and da-da-da-da. And I was just like, who is calling me now? I'll be back. I'm back. Whew, so that was the school calling me for my grandson. He wasn't feeling well, so I had to go and pick him up and drop him off. Child, listen. Did I ever tell y'all that I only got 2 children and that I'm looking forward to when my child graduates? Baby, listen. And I'm being grandma, listen. But his mama at work, his daddy at work, his great-grandparents was getting ready to leave. I'm like, Lord Jesus, Father God. But I picked him up and dropped him off at the house. So now I'm going to go and feed my child who is sick. Yeah. But anyway, so back to the, what was I talking about? Miss Pina and the school stuff. So, you know, I'm a little irritated with just kind of how the teacher went, how she played that out. You know, I'm just like, you know, you got to be careful. But see, oftentimes people look at Miss Pina and be like, oh, she, you know, quote unquote, normal. What's normal? Please tell me what's normal. But anyway, so, you know, they don't look at her as autistic and it's, you know, but they see that she about business. But I'm like, don't take her kindness for weakness, because girlfriend can lash out. She did come from her mama. Okay? And she do have a whole sister. I'm just saying. But I went to the school for little man, and I had to let them know we not about no agendas over here. And I told her, I said, I'm so happy that he's no longer where he was, and I'm glad that he is here. I said, but I don't need no agendas being, you know, cooked up behind him. And she, oh, no, yeah, that's what y'all say. And then all other stuff come out. But anyway, But I did ask for, like, you know, some male role model influences that they have in the school that's positive and stuff, because, you know, we are a heavy female dominant family, you know. I mean, because you got to look at it. My mom had 2 girls. I had 2 girls. My sister had 2 girls. Heavy dominant. The only men in the family are the ones that are married in the family. My dad, my husband, my brother-in-law, and my son-in-law. My brother-in-law don't live here, so we already down to 3 men. You know what I mean? So, but I had a good conversation with him. I'm kind of glad that I did get to pick him up, because sometimes I got to talk to him one-on-one as opposed to with his mama there, or with his TT there. No, let me talk to you. And then I even told him, because as we were driving to the house, I said, "You see that text message just popped up?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "That's my job." And he was like, "Why is your job texting you?" I said, "Because I'm on a group chat with my support team." I said, "And when the kids is cutting up and doing this and that and whatever, I'm on that text message, right?" I said, "So we not trying to, be getting, I don't want your school to have your name in their group chat and on their walkie-talkies and stuff because you up here showing a monkey tail. Listen." I said, "We hold you to a high standard." I said, "Now, granted, you the only boy, okay? I just told you how many men is in my family. You don't, and I have a nephew-in-law. Sorry about that. But, he don't live here either. So my nephew-in-law don't live here. My brother-in-law don't live here. So it just leaves my dad, who is a baby boomer, almost from the silent era. You got my husband and you got my son-in-law. My son-in-law right now, I kind of put him on the shelf because, he got other stuff he dealing with, And then my husband, he's like, I can deal with him, but it got to be my way or the highway. My husband is a straight Gen Xer, okay? And my daughter don't, she's like, y'all tactics is a little different than, don't come calling, because, honey, I'm just saying. Anyway, so I was telling him, I said, our group chat is not so we can just send memes and talk and be funny. I said, this is about business. This is about the school. So whether, kids are getting suspended, what they doing, they cussing this and that. And sure enough, someone got suspended for cussing and whatever, and cussing out a teacher or a staff or whoever. You know what I mean? I said, that's not cool. That ain't funny. There ain't nothing funny about that. And you just, shoot. I'm just saying. And I told him, I said, your mom getting upset and frustrated and stuff. I said, you stressing your mama out. I said, you ain't stressing me. I said, you making me mad. He was like, they say he my twin anyway. So look in this face. I was like, boy, listen. And I told all the ladies, as soon as I walked up in there, they was like, "Oh my God, you guys smile just alike." I said, "So you think that's funny? I gotta, my twin is up in here showing his behind? No, that's not funny and it's not cute." I said, "So what happened with the boy yesterday?" And then kind of find out it was a whole misunderstanding. But instead of thinking, which I know their frontal lobes are not closed yet. They don't close at 25 or whatever. I get that. But I'm like, instead of thinking first, you just reacted. I said, you need to stop that mess. Hold on, let me order her food. I forgot I got this daggone tent on the car, so I went to pull up to go order, and I'm like, I can't put my windows down. But yeah, I got his butt. I sure did. He was just like, "I love you, Granny." I was like, you better love me, boy. I'm the only one keeping your mama from killing you. Yo, Lord. I'll be right back, y'all. Okay, I'm back. Oh my God, so the people that mopped in here, I had to use the restroom. So I go, oh Lord, thank you. I go to the restroom, literally like I'm skating on ice. I'm like, oh my God, if I fall, they would have called an ambulance because I would not have gotten up. But yeah, child. Being a grandmother. And it's like, you know, I really feel for the kids who have no parent involvement. And I mean, you know, if you think about back in the day, there wasn't really... I mean, there was some kids who were being raised by their grandparents. But now it's at a more alarming rate. You know what I'm saying? And... or they're either being raised by their grandparents or just not. I mean, ooh, I just feel for this new generation of students and kids, and because it's horrible. You know, and like when Little Man was here last summer, you know, we did do stuff where it was, you know, all of us, and you know, my husband would take him outside and, you know, show him different things, you know, expose him to things that's positive, and, you know, and do some male bonding and all of that. Since they've been back though, we haven't really done that because it's been a lot of stuff going on since they've been back, you know. But I'm just like, oh. But what these kids are exposed to is just, my God. Oh, and these kids are out here. They're out here. They're just doing stuff. You know, I told you about all the, you know, the cars that are being stolen, and, you know, this joyride, these hit and runs. Hello. And it's like there's like no care in the world. And there, you know, there are some... I guess there are some parents who are, they don't know what to do, you know, and then there's some where it's like a single parent home, and, you know, they're working 2-3 jobs, and so they can't be home with the kids, and, you know, I kind of was made to feel like, well, you know, because I was told I was an old school parent. Well, I was raised by the baby boomers. I was raised by the best. I don't care what nobody say. Now, the millennials may not think so, but when I think back to how life was when I was a teenager compared to these teenagers now, shoot, baby. My mama's every no saved my life. Please believe. I'm like, if the worst that could have happened to me, you know, if you want to call it worse, was to have a baby young, praise God. Because the things that are going on these days with these teenagers, if they said, I give you $1 million to be a teenager right now, I'd be broke. Because there ain't no way. I'm for real. Couldn't pay me to be a teenager. I'm so happy that Miss Peanut was born when she was born, so that she's almost an adult. You know what I'm saying? I would hate to have a teenager right now, like a young teen, not an older teen. I'm talking like a young teen right now. That's why this stuff with my grandson just has me y'all, my mind is blown, because I'm just like, whoo. And he's not even off into the worst of the worst. I mean, he just fighting mouthy, you know, but the thing is, the way these other teens are right now, that mouthiness, they don't care. They rather unalive you than to just be cussed out. You know, these kids ain't about, you know, fighting and whatever. They ready to just unalive you, period. I'm like, Lord help. Because don't nobody fight these days. And if they do fight and get beat up, oh, they coming back for, you know, the craziness. So I'm just like, oh my God. I'm just, it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm like, I will be honest with you. When my daughter told me she was pregnant, the first thing I thought was, she's not a teenager, so, okay. But then, when she found out what she was having, I think I cried more than anything. I cried my eyeballs out. Because I know how society is about our young black boys. Our young black boys, our young black men shoot our old black men. So I pray covering over my grandson. Lord, keep your hedge of protection over him. Because the way this world is going, my God. I'm so serious. You know, people are so upset about the election. I can't even think about the election. I got to think about my grandson right now in this world. So, anyway, didn't want to go off on a super duper tangent. But child, I don't know what to say about these kids. Well, if you got young ones, if you got grandkids, pray over them. Pray. Because sometimes it's not even the ones, it's the innocent ones that are really coming under fire. You know, you already got your bad seeds. There's always been bad seeds in every generation. But it's the innocent ones that are really getting. Oh, my goodness. So, anyway. Oh, excuse me. I got to see my parents briefly. Dropping him off. So, y'all, my gas station went down some more. It was $2.79 a gallon. Now it's $2.73. Because when I was going to pick him up, I looked at the gas station across the street and it said $2.79. I said, well, if that's $2.79, I know mine got to be cheaper. And sure enough, it was $2.73. So I went, and I was at probably, I wasn't at a half. I was a little above a half. I was probably about 3/4 maybe. I went politely, filled my tank right on up. Sure did, $13. I have to enjoy some of this since I can't enjoy Diamond. But Black Diamond, she's doing me well. Little Puma. Yes. Oh, I got some new Pumas that just came in too. Got some new shoes. Miss Pena said, your package is here. I'm like, yes. Why? Speaking of packages, okay, so you know your girl 5 and 7. How about I done bought 3 pairs of boots. I think I mentioned that in another video too. I done ordered 3 pairs of boots. Not ordered, but I purchased those boots from Aldi's. I ordered a pair of boots from Temu. I forgot about that. And then I had ordered a pair of boots from Kohl's. Miss Pena and I, we got matching boots. I was like, yep, sure did. I don't know what's up with this Lincoln, but I'm going to need you to slow back. Like, they keep trying to get on the side of me for some reason, baby. Now, you know your girl is permitted to carry. Don't make me have to go there. Like, for real. But, like, every time I get over, they try to come up on the side of me, and I just pull off, like I just did just now. Some strange characters in the world. Strange characters. I got this cute little compartment right here. So my armrest, you can slide it up, and you can push it back. So I like kind of having it because I can, you know, when I put my work keys in my cup holder, I put it with keys going down, and then I put the lanyard, you know, kind of just circle the lanyard around or whatever, you know, put it on top of the keys, so that way you can't really tell what's in there. You see blue and white. But then, like, when I get in the car, then I put, you know, my key fob on top, and then I put my little wallet on top, and then I slide my thing forward, and it holds everything just so. It works when I'm in the car by myself, and it works when there's no extra cup. But I am gonna have to figure out a different garbage situation. I like having my little garbage cans in the front, but you know, they're what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. That's what, a pentagon? No, hexagon. octagon is 8. Hexagon must be 6. So they're hexagon shaped, so they don't sit like, you know, they're not round. And so I don't know. I really don't want to look for I just woke up, excuse me. I really don't want to look for more garbage cans, but I don't know. And then too, you know, this is just me. You know, I am all about the pleasing of the eye and aesthetics, and I just feel like that gray and silver is just not what I want. So because it's throwing the gray. Did I say gray and silver? Jesus. Told you I just woke up. The silver and black is not what I want in here. It just doesn't look right. It plays off the gray in here is what I was trying to say. Because, you know, I got the denim gray with the blue stitching. And then I got those silver. And I don't know. Maybe I need I think I need all black. So I'm going to look for all black garbage cans and the round ones. And maybe that will fit differently. Because the hexagon ones are just not. Like, in diamond, they fit. Because, you know, I had like a cup holder, then I had another cup holder, and then I had like space. And in here, I got a cup holder and I got space, a little bit of space, right? So it's just different configurations. So I don't know. I thought it was going to work, but maybe if I put them in the back seat. But I like the one that's on the passenger side. Every time someone gets out, it's like that one bounces around a lot, and the top keeps popping off, and so I don't like that either. All right, bus. So, yeah. And then Miss Peanut left a water bottle over here, and I'm just, because it's a smaller space, I mean, Diamond wasn't big, but she was big enough. But because it's a smaller space, I'm like, yeah, we can't be leaving water bottles and stuff like that in the car. I mean, I know she didn't feel good or whatever, but, and then I got all these receipts, y'all. Because I got all these receipts from when I, you know, went to the store this past weekend. I get all that out of here. And normally I crumble my receipts and put them in the trash, but I was saving them, so I got to go back through them and see, okay, do I really need to keep this receipt? Blah, 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 blah. I know I need to upload my receipts to Fetch. So I want to do that, definitely. Bossman has a mall he wants to go to after work. So, I'm gonna go down here, do what I can, and then I'm done. I'll be going home. Excuse me. Got me yawning and stuff. Child, listen, when I tell you those naps be fantastic, I'm not even kidding. Like, when I don't get a nap, I am so crabby pants. To the point where my husband and my child is like, do you need a nap? You know how the little toddlers be cutting up? He be like, dang, I'll be happy when they go to sleep. Okay. Listen, I ain't shame. I ain't shame at all. So, how come we got buses way back here? Like, since when do the buses stop way back here? Something ain't right. Let me get on up in here and find out what's going on. Because there's a car, I saw it creeping. Just making sure, because... Why is everybody outside? I'm like, was there a field trip today? Big Mike ain't here. Is this his truck? That is his truck. barricades ain't up yet. See, this is what happens when you don't be in the building. Cause it's 3:03, so you got 7 minutes till departure. Principals aren't back yet, cause they had the team is reading this book, and the author is in town, and so, excuse me, they went to some luncheon, all day excursion, something, child. The principals did. So her truck is still here. So they're coming back, but they're in his car. You know, the car is sitting next to me all the time. So let me grab my keys and stuff. I was gonna bring my water cup in, but when I go up in here, child, I got stuff to do. So anyway, but yeah. Had me a great nap. Miss Penn and I are watching this documentary called the Stanford Project or whatever experiment. Man, this man was sadistic. I don't care what nobody say. And I don't really like to call people out their name like that, but this man up here, you know, oh, what would it be like if people were in prison and you had prison guards and prisoners and then having them do stuff. I'm like, these boys wasn't even about that life, and he had them doing things that they, baby, this man was sick. True story. Sick. All right, let me go on up in here. I'm gonna grab these polar bears too, and I'll see y'all in the next video.